really does shape it. I mean, it's really just a bunch of people making decisions.
I want to ask you about one other facet of Clinton's ideology that I find interesting, and then I want to ask you a couple things about think tanks.
Yes, we have to get to think tanks at some point.
There's a populism that is run through, I think, much of Hillary Clinton's career, going way, way, way back to working on the Children's Defense Fund. The way she ran healthcare reform in '94 obviously had business and insurers and others were around the table, but she often took a pretty confrontational stance with much of the industry, sometimes because it was necessary, sometimes in retrospect, others believed to her detriment. And then there's the Hillary Clinton who goes and takes $675,000 from Goldman Sachs for 3 speeches. And I find it hard to reconcile those two Clintons, right? The one who both
Why?
has, because on the one hand, one of them has, it seems to me, not just a populist instinct on a policy level, but also a sense that being too allied with some of these companies can be very bad politics, right? A sense that sometimes you need to be positioning yourself against the big insurers in healthcare. And then, a year and a half before running for president, Goldman Sachs was not popular in the aftermath of the financial crisis. When I talk to people about her, this is, particularly to liberals, this is a reason that they feel that they'll look at her policy and say, look, I like her financial regulation plan, but to me, the speeches at Goldman Sachs speak louder than the release of the plan. And I'm curious how you reconcile those things.
I think this is a great question because I think it's.
I really think it's at the heart of the issue.
I would love to answer it for everyone. The reason why these things don't seem in conflict to her is because the idea of shaping her policies based on what Goldman Sachs or anyone else wants is ridiculous. Like in 2007 and 2008. I can say I worked on Hillary's policies. I was her policy director on her presidential campaign. We saw challenges in the subprime mortgage industry. We saw, there were rumors that Goldman Sachs was going to collapse. We saw problems with derivatives. There wasn't a single moment in that entire process where Hillary even signaled that we should care what donors would say. Not even signal. Like we were to the left of a number of candidates who ran that cycle on a range of economic issues. And we didn't check in with donors ahead of time. We never talked to anyone ahead of time about those topics. People definitely complained afterwards. And she, just on the issue of carried interest, people forget this, but in the debate, there were proposals to reform carried interest or eliminate carried interest. Hillary took the position of eliminating the differential on carried interest. There were other candidates at the time who took other positions.
Like which candidates and what positions?
There were Democrats running. You can look them up if you'd like. I mean, they're great people. I have deep respect for them, but who took different positions. And, I remember we were seeing problems on Wall Street, and we had a proposal in November of 2007 that she announced in Iowa, of all places, of regulating derivatives.